myth and a happier ending. Orpheus's second wife. When Orpheus proposed to me, I was nonplussed. I thought it over long until he begged me say what made me hesitate, for marry me he must. I'll marry you, I said, but you must turn away, forget the past, your dreary row with Hades, Eurydice's behaviour when she left you sad and lonely, because you didn't trust her. Back she went to join his other ladies, so he promised he would concentrate just on me. He's given up the harp and formed a guitar band, unsigned as yet, no more charmed birds fall off the trees, but with practice he'll be top performer in the land. He never mentions her, as I call Eurydice. As agent and as wife, I keep him well and truly focused, and I steer we're well clear of Hades and his hocus pocus.
This poem resulted from my 4-year-old discovering a photo of me being 4, and she couldn't compute that at all. So this is called The Snakes and Ladders of Time. She gasps at the faded photograph. A crease hides my smile. What? You were 4? She's never considered this before. I smile at her disbelief that this fat old man could ever have been surely not her age. She acts as if she is the first 4 ever to be. Oh, the snakes and ladders of time. Oh, it's a long time since I was 4, but 4 I was for sure. I laugh at her incredulity. So where did your 4 go? She asked like a defence lawyer, turning to a judge and jury of her lined-up dolls. And how did you get so old? She clinches the conversation convincingly. Yes, where did I go? I question myself. 4-year-olds never die. They play hide-and-seek in the minds of fat old men, popping mischievously up with a now-and-then yell, "Here I be!" But if you were 4, once upon a time ago, I feel her argument close about me. Then you should know why I don't want to go to bed. I check with my former 4-year-old self, and sure enough, he says, yep. I have to admit, she has me there, trapped by my child's impeccable logic, damn it. And so we have an extra Snakes and Ladders, played with all her extreme hysteria, stops only when I fall asleep. She covers me with a towel from the bathroom, puts herself to bed, thank you very much, tells Mummy, shh, Daddy's sleeping.
Yeah, this is out of the famous book. It's a poem. It's not exactly ekphrastic. I don't think anybody would like to call it ekphrastic. It is about a painting, though. It's about a painting by L.S. Lowry. It's called Man on Wall. When Mr. Brown turned up his toes, hung up his paper clips and rose to that high office in the sky, his colleagues all exclaimed, "Oh my, he makes a lovely corpse. A pity not to share him with the city." They raised some cash to have him stuffed, and Mrs. Brown said, "Fair enough." The taxidermist, quite a wag, included Brown's habitual fag, making him an installation. A work of art, a fine creation, and so he lies in splendid state on the embankment near the Tate, as shown in Mr. Lowry's fine depiction inside the gallery, surely not of fiction.
The only way that I can get up in the morning is my words get me up. So, and lo, the poet awakens. Come, my machine of bones, let us perambulate around this God-given morning. Yes, you too, my flesh and blood. Do you not desire to accompany me? And spirit, if you are willing, why not bring your friend mind? O soul, surely you will come for a stroll, and together we shall be this tired old Dónall Dempsey, this odd contraption of a human being. See, sunlight welcomes us. how the roses delight in seeing us, and birds race to tell the sky that the poet has come amongst us. Okay, okay, enough already, cut the crap. I admonished the words. I'm up.
Good. This one, I've been trying to write this for years, just as. I wrote it as we started to do Zoom, so it's about 4 or 5 years old. And I can't get the end right. Here it is. Just as I'd hidden the muddle and jetsam, the flotsam and messiness, managed to get some intelligent books for the bookshelf behind me, just as I'd arranged them so viewers would find me a calm intellectual, so clever, so rational, my poetry brilliant and wise, inspirational, just as I'd put on an elegant shirt, not gaudy, not dowdy, so smart that it hurt, just as the participants thronged on the screen, just as I unmuted, just then, in the next room, that we all heard the shot. And that was the end of my reading on Zoom. Actually, just as the participants thronged on the screen, just as I unmuted, just then the scream. We all heard the shot. Was it in the next room? And that was the end of my reading on Zoom. Oh, I've finished it now. That worked.
Oh my God. I'm always amazed when I get on a tube and somebody gets on that looks like the spitting image of somebody famous or like a painting. And I was busy strap hanging, so this is called strap hanging. Yikes! Van Eyck's the Arnolfini marriage gets on the tube. Circle line. Either it or someone very like Vladimir Putin and Vladimir Putin in drag. At the next stop, Grant's American Gothic jumps through the door just as it closes. They strap hand, looking every inch of themselves, paint dripping from a graze above an eyebrow. It's very unnerving, sharing a carriage with great works of art come alive. I really want to see who gets on next. Van Gogh without an ear? But this is my stop, and work beckons. I get off, but nobody gets on. Not even a quick sketch. I mind the gap. Almost trip over myself. The Arnolfini marriage and American Gothic are discussing do they need a ticket and what is money. They stare at me as if we know where you live, Sonny Jim. Don't you dare tell, they yell silently. The Putin lookalike draws a finger across the throat. The American Gothic draws a zipper across his mouth. I give a frightened nod. The doors close, and somewhere in the gallery, their empty frames stare at the dumbfounded tourists. They got to go somewhere, don't they?